LED explained. In this video, I'm going to explain what is the LED and how we connect the LED in the circuit and the construction and the polarity of this component. LED stands for light emitting diode. It is a semiconductor device that emits visible light when an electric current passes through it. Some LEDs emits infrared IR energy. So that means that this component that are figured in this image does emit visible light when an electric current passes through it. Okay, and the LED stands for light emitting diode. The LED's polarity, and it's simple. The current flows from cathode to anode, and to know its polarity, the shorter pin or the side that has a notch in is the cathode, the minus or the negative pin, and the other side or other pin is the anode. Okay, the anode is the positive pin and the cathode is the negative pin. Okay, so that means that the anode must be connected to the positive and the cathode must be connected to the negative. Okay, so which is the pin that must be connected to the negative and the pin that must be connected to positive? The shorter pin or the short pin is the pin that must be connected to negative. Or also, if we cut the pin and we don't know which pin is the shorter pin, at the side of the LED there is a notch, like notch. If we see this image, this is the notch that it does exist in the LED. The pin that under this notch is the pin that must be connected to the negative. The other pin is the positive negative, or the pin that must be connected to the positive terminal. This is the symbol of this component that we are using in the schematic or the electronic schematic. LED characteristics. For each color, a specific characteristics like its voltage and current assumed. Okay, from this table we have all the types or all the color of the LEDs. The first color, okay, the infrared. Okay, we can't see this color. This is the infrared that used in the remote control of the TV or the television. Okay, this color or this type of LED, it consume or it takes 1.2 volts. Okay, and all these LEDs are consumes 20 milliampere. Okay, so the current that must be go to this LED is a 20 milliampere, and that is 0.02 ampere. Okay, so and if we have for example the red LED must take 1.8 volts. The ampere must take 2 volts. The yellow must take 2.2 volts. The green 3.5, blue 3.6, and the white, I don't see it from the logo, but you have the idea. Types of LEDs. We have a lots of types of LEDs. We have many types. Okay, as in this image we have this big LEDs. These big LEDs are consuming a much higher voltage. This is the normal LEDs. This is another type of LED. This is the infrared LED. This is an RGB LED. I'm going to explain this later. This is the SMD LED, and this also the SMD LED. We are going to explain the difference between the RGB LED and the SMD LED. This is the SMD LED. The SMD LED are very small LEDs that does exist on the LED bulb. If you have an LED bulb, this is the small LEDs that are connected together and does exist in the LED bulb. Okay, or are also exists in the string that we use to light things. Okay, this is the RGB LED. The RGB LED emits three colors, okay? The red color, the green color, and the blue color, okay? This is how they are connected together from inside. We have a pin that connected from the red LED, and a pin for the green LED, and the blue for the blue LED, and all three are connected from the cathode or the negative terminal together, and then are going to the negative terminal. But these are the three pins that comes from the LEDs, okay? This LED does exist in the, for example, the LED television, the laptop, the screen of the laptop, the screen of a computer. All these are screens that uses the RGB LED, but in the type that they are using is a very small type that even you can't see it with your normal eyes, okay? So that's it in this lecture. See you in the next lecture.